Hello, welcome back to Hearth and Homestead. I'm Brittany. I have the first round of our green beans. I'm so excited. I want to get them blanched up and then into freezer bags. That's the way that we use them most. We don't use a whole lot of canned green beans. So I already have my pot of water boiling. So I'm going to get, and then I washed and snapped these last night, and then this was what I picked this morning. So I'm going to get as much of them as I can into one pot. Hopefully I only have to do 1 or 2 rounds. All right, I put the lid on it and I'm gonna let it get back up to boiling. Once it starts a rolling boil, I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, they've been cooling in the ice bath. I think they're completely cooled down. So I wanna weigh them. We get ours typically from Walmart, typically just Walmart brand, but they are 10.8 ounce bags. So I'm gonna get as close as I can, but I wanna see how much we have before I do that. 2 pounds, 3.5 ounces. So that would be 35. I'll split them up evenly between like 3 bags. 35 ounces is what this total came to. We did not vacuum seal or even put our corn in a freezer bag because what we normally do is put our bags into a bigger freezer bag, and then so we're able to save a little bit of money. That corn we're gonna have to go through pretty quickly because it literally would have only fit like 3 to 4 bags of corn per gallon freezer bag, and I'm like it ended up taking up more room doing it that way. So from here on out, we are going to either use the vacuum sealer or freezer bags. I think these are not super wet. Like, I mean, they're not something that you want to keep the moisture content inside of. Like, green beans are fairly dry, which I should probably lay these out to dry for a minute. So I think these should be fine vacuum sealing. But like corn, we'll put that in like regular freezer bags. So 35 divided by 3 would be like 11-ish per bag. This is going to be way too big. I'm going to actually try and see if I can't cut this in half and make it's going to end up wasting a lot. It's okay. I think I'm going to use the shorter bags. I think I should have let these dry longer. It's okay. I will end up having another round of these. one didn't hold a seal either. I'm gonna assume it's because I didn't let them dry enough. I don't know, I've never had this much problems with my vacuum sealer. At this point, I feel like it's a bag issue. I even flipped it around. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like right here. I've done it 4 different times, which on the one, it like didn't even go all the, well, maybe it like, I think it joined in, but you can see all 4 right here. And it just will not seal right here. And I put it in a different spot. So it's gotta be an issue with the bag itself. There we go. I switched the setting to moist. I've never played with the settings. I've never had to. Most of what we put in these bags is fairly dry, I guess. So let's see. I don't know if anything else will come out of this one. All right, I got 3 bags. So this will be like 3 different dinners aside for dinner. I'm doing a second succession, which will, the beans are about to come out. Like they're about to wrap up the end. And I'm going to do them in where the potatoes currently are, where the onions currently are, and then another one in where the green beans are. So hopefully I can make a lot more. And then potentially these grew so quick, I think it was like 6 or 7 weeks, that I may be able to squeeze out a 3rd succession in there. I wish I would have started these earlier because I definitely would have been able to get a 3rd succession in there. And I do have 2 beds that are still empty and they're rocky. And my other rocky beds aren't growing great, but maybe I'll test it out because I definitely, we go through 3 or 4. Like this will be a week of dinners, if that. So I would love to have way more of this in the pantry, and then my husband wants some canned up into dilly beans. So hopefully we can get a lot more yet this year. The beans are growing the best out of everything in my garden. It's not a great year for me at all. So hopefully that these are not all that we see this year. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope to see you on the next one.